Okay, now we're back to, see, I told you, try it number 5. So it says evaluate the following limit, and we're looking for x as it approaches 9. This one's a little different because I have an x here and an x here, but I also have an x in the denominator. And if you stick a 9 right there, you'd get 9 minus 9, which is 0. And anything divided by 0 is undefined. But my numerator is a trinomial that I can factor. And so I'm going to take my numerator here, all right, that's a little bigger, and I'm going to take that trinomial of x squared minus 15x plus 54, and I am going to factor it, but I like to call this unfoiling, because if my first term is an x squared, there we go. If my first term is an x squared, it came from first times first. Remember the FOIL method? First, outside, inside, last. So if my first term is x squared, then first times first has to be x times x. And then if my last, I thought I switched that to green. There you go. If my last term is a positive 54, then I need two numbers that multiply to give me 54. Well, 1 times 54 is 54. 2 times 27 is 54. 3 times 18 is 54. 4 does not go in there. 5 does not go in there. 6 does. 6 times 9, I just found it. 6 times 9. However, my middle term is a negative 15x. So since 6 times 9 is 54, but negative 6 and negative 9 add up to the negative 15x, that's my pair. So my factors are x minus 6 and an x minus 9. Because remember, when you FOIL this, you take first times first, which gives you your first term. And then you do outsides, which would be a negative 9x, and insides, which would be a negative 6x, negative 9x on the outside, negative 6x on the inside, and that combines to be the negative 15x right here. And then, of course, last times last, negative 6 times negative 9 gives you that positive 54. So my numerator, my numerator is actually an x minus 6 times an x minus 9 all over a 9 minus x. Okay, now here's the kicker. If you had an x minus 9 over an x minus 9, anything over itself, you'd say this goes in itself one time and this goes in itself one time, and 1 over 1 is 1. Anything over itself just becomes a 1. But I don't have x minus 9 over an x minus 9. I have an x minus 9 over a 9 minus x. These things still cancel, except x minus 9 goes in itself once, and it goes into a 9 minus x negative 1 times. Now let me just show this to you. Let's say x was a 5. Instead of x minus 9, if I had 5 minus 9 over 9 minus 5, I get negative 4 over positive 4. That's negative 1. I can use any number. How about x is 12? 12 minus 9 over 9 minus 12. That's a positive 3 over a negative 3, but that's still negative 1. These things always cancel out to be a negative 1. So I would reduce this thing first. That makes it basically a negative of an x minus 6. And now if I take the limit as x approaches 9 and you stick the 9 here, this is going to equal negative of 9 minus 6, which is a negative. 9 minus 6 is 3. The answer is negative 3. Ta-da! And you can see, I can't draw on this, but you can see in the simplification, they cross out the, actually what they did is they factored out a negative 1. But they did the same thing I did. I just thought mine through a little differently. I didn't actually factor out the negative 1. I just realized that an x minus 9 divided by its reverse, 9 minus x, would be negative. Hope that makes sense.